Good morning everyone and thank you for being here today. Welcome to the e-learning module. I, Sneha Singh from BCA, student of Management Education and Research Institute under Personality Development Skill, I'll discuss the topic Overcoming Imposter Syndrome. I want to start by asking you all a simple question. How many of you have ever felt like you didn't belong in a position or achievement you have earned? That nagging feeling of doubt, of thinking, I'm just faking it and eventually someone will find out that I'm not as capable as they think I am. This, my friends, is called imposter syndrome and it affects many of us, even those of us who are highly accomplished. Imposter syndrome is the internal belief that you're not deserving of your success or position and that you are just a fraud waiting to be exposed. This phenomenon can hold people back, limit their confidence, and prevent them from fully embracing their potential. But the good news is, it's something that can be overcome. Understanding the scale of the issue. Let's start by looking at the numbers. A study by the International Journal of Behavioral Science found that approximately 70% of people will experience imposter syndrome at some point in their lives. In fact, research from the American Psychological Association suggests that this feeling is especially prevalent among high-achieving individuals. Despite their achievements, they often attribute their success to luck, timing, or external factors rather than their own capabilities. What makes imposter syndrome even more challenging is that it affects people from all walks of life across various fields and professions. From students to CEOs, from actors to athletes, no one is immune. A case study, Dr. Pauline Clance and the birth of imposter syndrome. Dr. Pauline Clance, a psychologist, was the first to formally identify imposter syndrome in 1978. In her research, she discovered that women in particular were more likely to experience this feeling of being a fraud despite achieving success in their careers. She coined the term imposter phenomena after interviewing high-achieving women in academia. Her findings revealed that these women often felt like they had tricked others into believing they were competent and feared being found out. However, it's important to note that while Dr. Clancy's early work focused on women, we now understand that imposter syndrome can affect anyone, regardless of gender, background, or profession. Now let's take some real-life examples. One of the most famous real-life examples of someone who struggled with imposter syndrome is Maya Angelou, the celebrated author and poet. Despite her numerous accolades, including receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Angelou openly admitted to feeling like a fraud. She once said, "I have written 11 books, but each time I think, oh, they're going to find out now. I've run a game on everybody and they're going to find me out." But let me tell you, Maya Angelou was no imposter. Her work, her contributions, and her influence on literature and society are undeniable. Yet, like many of us, she too wrestled with the fear of being found out. The effects of imposter syndrome. So why does imposter syndrome matter? It's not just a passing feeling, it has real lasting consequences. People who experience imposter syndrome often avoid opportunities because they fear failure or feel unqualified. They overwork themselves trying to prove that they deserve their success. They self-sabotage believing that their success is undeserved. They lack confidence in their abilities, which may hinder their personal and professional growth. Studies have shown that imposter syndrome is associated with higher levels of stress and anxiety, and it can even lead to burnout. People who suffer from it often struggle with self-doubt, making it difficult for them to fully embrace their achievements. In what context does imposter syndrome originate? Imposter syndrome is not a sudden occurrence. Numerous variables influence it, and it frequently manifests early in life. Perfectionism. The tendency to hold ourselves to unattainable standards and to be afraid of making mistakes is one of the main causes. Many of us grow up believing that failure should be avoided at all costs. The dread of failing can put up a mental wall that keeps us from confidentially moving forward or from really appreciating our success. Social comparison is also quite important. Social media is a steady source of success stories in today's society. Whether it's a friend getting promoted, a celebrity starting a new endeavor, or a coworker accomplishing something noteworthy, comparing our behind-the-scenes footage to someone else's highlight reel is a common mistake. However, we frequently overlook the fact that everyone faces challenges and failures of their own. They are simply not always apparent. Overcoming imposter syndrome. Now that we understand the problem, how can we overcome it? let's dive into some strategies that can help combat these feelings of fraudulence. Acknowledge the feeling. The first step to overcoming imposter syndrome is recognizing that these thoughts and feelings are common. By acknowledging them, we can better manage our emotions and not let them dictate our actions. Reframe negative thoughts. Instead of thinking, I don't deserve this, reframe it to something more empowering. I have worked hard to get here, and my success is a reflection of my effort and skills. Celebrate your achievements. It's easy to downplay your accomplishments when you feel like an imposter, but take a moment to truly reflect on the effort, dedication, and resilience that led to your success. Write down your achievements and review them when self doubt creeps in. Talk about it. One of the most effective ways to deal with imposter syndrome is to talk about it with others. You'll often find that many of your peers share the same feelings, which can normalize the experience and elevate the burden of isolation. Seek mentorship. Having a mentor who has been through similar experiences can help guide you through your own journey. Mentors can provide perspective, reassurance, and advice to help you see your worth and talents more clearly. Conclusion. To wrap up, I want to leave you with a simple truth. Imposter syndrome is a shared experience and it doesn't define your abilities. Remember that even the most successful people, from Maya Angelou to the CEO of your favorite company, have had doubts along the way. The key to overcoming these feelings is to recognize your worth, embrace your achievements, and never let fear stop you from pursuing your potential. I hope you leave here today feeling more empowered to tackle imposter syndrome head on. Thank you and happy learning.